this is a old wall that went all the way around this area here, this green patch. And as you notice, it's flat. So it was cultivated at some time, meaning somebody took all the rocks and moved them out. And I've been told that this is where you'd have a roundup of all the sheep in the area. And so this was a place that you would bring them all to. And then I haven't actually found the spot here, but you can still see it at Rimsdale, where they would back up a trailer or a truck or a carriage and load the sheep into.
That day, the two of us separately decided to go for a walk, and both of us separately had chosen the same destination. My goal was a small waterfall up the river that Debbie had mentioned before. Zach's destination was that hill on the opposite bank, but his path went over the waterfall.
God, that'll be fantastic in the summertime when that warms up, that pool.
Yeah. So we went together, at least in the beginning, because we both wanted to be alone. And on top of that, I couldn't walk much, so I wasn't able to keep up with him anyway.
This area up here is kind of interesting to me because you can see how deep the peat really is. So why there's this flat plain here, so the river may have ran against that bank a long time ago, and it just keeps going this way as it erodes. But generally, in most of the places, the peat's really only about 200 years old, which is very interesting considering that the place got colder and a lot of the blanket bogs settled in about 2,000 years ago. I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but it could mean that this area was actually quite cultivated. It was when people were driven out, and that's when it went to bog. So it's something to consider, that it may have not have been a bunch of people living on a bog. It was beautiful grassland right about the time of the land clearances. Because that would be about 200 millimeters 200 years ago.
Here is the waterfall. And here Zach left me and ran up the hill. Fun splashing around the river and taking pictures of it from different angles, along with the hotel in the distance. Then I pulled ahead a bit more and climbed a little tiny baby hill. And that over there is the hill that Zach disappeared over. Can you see the mischievous face and broad happy smile of that dot on top of it? Just before it hides behind the ridge. The terrain was tough, and I decided not to risk going any further, so I headed back. I was sure Zach had gone around the other side of the hill and would make a circle coming back the other way. What was my surprise when I saw him cross the fall at the same time I got to it. I started laughing out loud. It was a short but very pleasant and refreshing walk.